Welcome to Food Talk TV. My name is Benjamin. You're watching Benjamin's Kitchen. We're making Hungarian goulash, not to get confused with American goulash, which is completely different. This is the OG of goulashes. Hopefully, everyone's doing very well. Let's get started. So, first of all, we're going to start with cutting up some meat. Hopefully, everyone's having a really good day. Let me know where everyone's coming from. I'm from Arizona. EZ's in the building. We got Chris here. Where you from, Chris? State your hood. How's everyone doing? Let me see if I get you to show this. Perfect. There we go. Hopefully everyone's doing well today. What's up, everyone? Does anyone know what type of meat this is? Can anyone tell me? Who can guess what type of meat this is? Not as an animal, as in what parts. I mean, if you don't know what animal it is, you can tell me what animal, but everyone should know. I would think you know. It is a chuck roast. That is correct. Who likes chuck roast? Is anyone here a fan of chuck roast? Yes or no? Are you all fans of chuck roast? Yes or no? Let me know. Rare, please. You want chuck roast rare? I would definitely not recommend chuck roast rare. That would be a very tough piece of meat. But hey, if you like that, do it. Do you? You do you. You know what I mean? But yeah, you could actually make chuck roast into a steak. There is places that you can do chuck roast with steak. I don't know if you guys ever had it. It actually is like an alternative to a ribeye steak because it is fatty. If you grab the right portion of chuck roast with the right marbling, it will mimic a ribeye, but it's not a ribeye, but it'll mimic a ribeye. But yeah, so yeah. Has anyone ever had a chuck roast steak? They sell them in my grocery stores. They sell them. You can even cut your own. Great for braising. Yeah, that's right. That is right. Okay, so right now, here is what I'm in the process of making. I'm in the process of prepping to make a Hungarian goulash, which is different than what people associate what a goulash is. Everyone always associates goulash as a sloppy, messy dish that has ground beef and pasta. That is called an American goulash. That is kind of like you wouldn't have that unless you first were able to have the original goulash, which is Hungarian. And I'm making Hungarian goulash. I've happened to work with an amazing Hungarian chef before, who we would actually make this for banquets. We would have a lot of banquet functions, and the place where I worked at one of the country clubs, there was a lot of people from Eastern European, Jewish descent, so a lot of European people. So this would be something we would make often for banquet facilities or functions. Like we would make talk about a huge batch of Hungarian goulash of like to feed 300 people. It's a lot. It's a lot. And so yeah. So who in here has ever had Hungarian goulash, not American goulash? And the word goulash does not mean sloppy mess either. A lot of people associate goulash as, oh, it's that sloppy mess thing in a pan. No, it's completely different than American. I'm not saying American is bad, just different. Who in here has ever had a Hungarian goulash? You had it for it, let me know. I have not. It's a delicious. Okay, it's technically a soup, but some parts of the country make it into a stew. But it traditionally is a soup. Nope, nope, no, no, yeah. So yeah, so a lot of and so that's the cool thing about this. That's the reason I figured I'll do this too. I was like, you know what? Everyone always associates. I see people making goulash. Like when I hear the word goulash, I don't think American, which has noodles and ground beef. That I don't think that, but I think what the way I grew up on. See, look at this piece of chuck steak. Look how marble that is. If I was to cut this correctly, I can make a nice piece of steak out of this. With all that marbling, it would be a delicious piece of steak. So no, like with chuck steak, it's also an alternative. You get a Denver steak out of a chuck steak. Have you ever heard of the Denver steak? That is actually a new portion that was kind of like almost created about 20 years ago by a butcher, and they kind of like it was the piece that the butcher would save for themselves, and like when they were like it's kind of like the little thing they would save for themselves that people would just have, and people caught on to like, hey, what is the butcher using? And it was a Denver steak. So yeah, and that's perfect marbling. That's not bad marbling. Like right here, You wouldn't want to use that piece as a piece of steak. It's just too much fat in there. But this is perfect marbling. Look at that. I kind of want to. I'm gonna save it for a steak. I have to test it out later. I can't let this piece of meat go bad. I'm gonna have to test it out. Now, oh sorry, I don't have the music. The one thing I can tell you is that, okay, my music. What I can tell you is my music's not working. But one of the things, in order to make this dish, yes, we're doing the one pot wonders thing. The challenge I had was this. Okay, things that I make in a one pot usually take hours to cook. It's not like a 30-minute meals. I'm not Rachel Ray, you know what I mean? So I always associate one pot dishes as something that's gonna slow braise for a long period of time. Now, there are things that I have cooked that can take an hour. My problem is I pretty much have done all those recipes already on my cooking show. So I was like, you know what? I don't want to repeat what I've already done. I'm big on not trying to repeat. So I have done some other steps to get ahead of the game. Like right now, I am braising meat right now, so that it would be tender. But I'm going to show you how I got there right now. Okay, so you're going to still get the experience. Hey, hello, how are you? But what I'm doing is just in order to make this dish in 1 hour, I had to do TV magic, and that is cooking in events. If you were on my live before FoodtokTV, I always go live on my own account, and I do that it's called a Get Ready With Me live. Actually, that one has switch fat. Pretty much the reason I do that is just kind of show you, I prep for this show. Every week I do that. Kind of gives you an idea of how long it takes to just get ready for a cooking show. It takes a while. Takes me about an hour and a half. Then I do the cooking show for an hour, right? Then after that, I do also a cleanup with me live. You get a chance to see that too. So what I am going to do, I have my pan on right here, my pot right here. I'm going to start searing this meat in a few moments. I'm just breaking apart some. Good afternoon. How are you? And you know what? I got enough meat right there. So what I am going to do, I am going to separate some of this meat right now. Let me grab a gallon bag real quick. I don't need all this meat. So if you're new here, let me know who is new to FoodtokTV. Whose first time is it seeing us live? If this is the first time us seeing this live, let me know. If I get this bag open, I'm just going to have to use a new glove. I was trying to be lazy, waiting for the other mic to charge. What happened? You ready for the other mic to charge? What do you mean by that? What's that mean? Help me understand what that means. What's up, Frank? Can you guys hear me good? Is there an issue with my mic? Or no? Is there an issue with my mic? Okay. So here's what we're going to do. Set this to the side so that I don't have to worry about it right now. And then we can hear. Okay, good. Okay, perfect. Glad to hear that. Thank you, Fran. Now what I'm going to do is get my meat seasoned well. Salt. Don't be scared of over seasoning, okay? It's a lot of meat, so don't be scared, okay? Pepper. Oh, something fell. Hold on, I'm having mic difficulties. Hold on one moment. This fell off. There we go. I'm testing out a new mic today, so hopefully that works. Do a mic check. Can you hear me? I don't know how that top fell off, but somehow my top fell off, and I'm talking about the mic, not the other part. Let me know if you can hear me. I also have onion powder. I have garlic powder. Okay. Perfect. What I am going to do, when I say we're going old school with this, we're going old school. What do you think I'm going to use to sear the meat? When it comes to searing the meat, what do you think I'm going to use? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, it just sounds like your mouth's on the mic. I don't know. My mouth's not on the mic, but hopefully you guys can hear me good, though. I would rather you hear me than not hear me. So perfect. So what am I going to use? What am I going to use to sear the meat? Like as in not a device, bacon fat. is the old school way. Okay, don't be scared of bacon fat. This is vegan friendly. The pigs were vegan. Okay, vegan friendly. Pigs are vegan. Okay, and then what I'm gonna do? I don't know. I don't know. That Chris is my. Do I sound muffled, Chris? Drop my meat in. Get this nice and seared. You like my joke, Chris? Let me get rid of this real quick. So with cooking, what helps a lot is cleaning as you go. So now that I have spread that evenly, so what I want to do is spread my meat evenly so that it sears properly. Okay. So spread it out. Is that the best you can hear me? Okay, well good. I don't know what's going on with my mic. Here, I'll change it. I'll test it out right now. Give me one moment. I'll try something different. We'll see if that works. Give me one more while I wash my hands. Because I touched some of that bacon fat, so I had like that film of bacon fat. So let's see. Don't know if that's better, but we'll see if that's better. Okay, let me know if that's better. I'd appreciate knowing if that works better. Yeah, my other mic went out on me, so it might be too sensitive to sound. Yeah, it's a brand new mic. My other one went out, so the unfortunate thing is I'm testing out new mics. And you know what? In the world of mics, they don't all work the same. They all are different. So trying to find the one that works for you is key. Way better? Okay, good. Perfect. Okay. I just moved it, so hopefully that helps. And what I'm going to do now is get my knife washed so I can start working on cutting my vegetables. Because I have a lot of vegetables I need to cut in order to get this ready to go. So, a show of hands again. Who in here has had Hungarian goulash? Hungarian goulash. We're not talking about American goulash. We're not talking about something that has pasta in it or ground beef. We're not talking about something where you say the word goulash and you associate like a. I'm saying what people have told me. When people hear the word goulash, they think of like a sloppy mess in the pan where it's like almost hamburger helper style. That is an American goulash. But if you had someone from Eastern European that ordered goulash and you served an American goulash, they would kind of like, what is this? They would kind of freak out a little bit. Because it's not even, my opinion, I don't think it's close. So what happens too, the people associate the word goulash with a mess. They typically think it means a mess. What the word goulash, I don't know the direct translation, but you can definitely look it up. It is a word regarding a definition of people who are, I should probably say, that shepherds. And what they will do is they would actually make a big pot of soup, which is a goulash, when they're taming their sheep and all of that, right? Their flock, I guess you would call it. I'm not really big on knowing what shepherds do, but you know what I mean. But they would when they take care of their animals, and when they're out in the middle of the plains, right? They will actually pretty much cook a stew or a soup. Goulash is defined as a soup, not a stew. But in some regions, they make it as a stew form. Is there a right or wrong? My opinion, I say always do what you like. Do what you like. If you like it more soupy, you like it more stewy, whatever you like. There's not a right or wrong. So if you've had goulash before, how was yours? Was yours more as a soup or a stew? Let me ask you guys a question too. Is when you guys are cutting bell peppers, do you guys ever get a baby bell pepper growing? Do you guys ever get that? Baby bell pepper growing? My daughter loves it. She actually likes to eat them. What do you do with them? Do you throw them away? Some people get freaked out by them. What do you guys do with them? Do you throw them away? Be honest with me. Don't lie. I'll know. What do you do with them? What do you do with them? Eat them. Okay, goulash between the students. It's for you. It's between a stoop and a stoop. It's a stoop. Is that what you're trying? Is that your definition? It's a stoop. Cook them. Throw it away. Trini, you throw it away? Why are you throwing it away, Trini? Why are you throwing away perfectly good food, Trini? We gotta talk about this. Huh, Trini? So I have bell peppers right here. Trini, we gotta talk about that. It's a stoop. Okay, good. So let's get this nice and diced. What's cool about this, it could be a rustic dish. When I say rustic, that kind of means it doesn't have to be perfect when it comes to the way you cut it. You know, you're not a Michelin star restaurant. You don't have to have all quarter-inch dice perfectly. I mean, you could do that if you really wanted to, but you could also just kind of go rustic. And you're lazy. I don't know, Trini. No, I've seen you cook. You're not lazy. I don't know, Trini. We'll talk about this after this call. No, just kidding. You at the end of the day, you do what's best for you. Whatever you like. That's all that matters. So sometimes you see me cut things a little more efficiently and probably a little more thorough. This is what's great about this. Like I said, it's rustic. Okay. I'm gonna work on now dicing some tomato. It's not about being perfect on this. So what's everyone have for breakfast? I'm sure we will. Yeah, you sure will. What did everyone have for breakfast or lunch, depending on where you live at? Depending on where you live at, what do you have for breakfast or lunch? Oh, good. Thank you. So I'm in Arizona, so it's only 10:18 where I'm at. It's still early. Still early for me. I'm going to make chicken tenders coated with Ritz. Oh, that's pretty cool. Cinnamon rolls. Ooh, I love cinnamon rolls. I love me some cinnamon rolls. Okay. Perfect. Let me show. If you notice, my meat has been left alone for a while. You see that caramelization in there? That is called flavor. That is, you want color. You want color. Okay? You want that. That's good. Color is our friend when it comes to cooking. Okay? The reason why you do that also is because what happens, water has a lot of, or meat has a lot of water. A lot of that water is getting released. If you keep touching your meat, you're going to release that water, and you're going to have boiled meat, and you're not even trying to boil it, but you're going to boil it. Okay? You need to, like I always say before, stop playing with your meat. Leave it alone. I know it's tempting, but focus. Focus. Okay? You're having a salad. Cool. That's good. Actually, here. Yeah. More the temperate. Thank you for sharing live out. If you guys haven't already, like the live. I see that we're at 11.5K taps. I think we get to 20K in 6 minutes. Hey, Alexa, let's do a timer for 6 minutes, please.
Good morning, Benjamin. 6 minutes, starting now.
Okay, thank you, Alexa. You guys ever thank your Alexa? Got to cut all this, okay? Okay, put this in this bowl right here. Always, yes. We'll see if I'm not going to cry today, because last week on my own personal live, I think some people have some screenshots of me. I was compromised. I was in a compromised position. What I mean by that is I was making French onion soup, and I had to cut 16 onions. And, I had like that ugly Michael Jordan crying face meme. It was bad. Like, did anyone see that? Like, I was literally crying. Everyone in my house was just crying. Hey, the room, see? Everyone in my house was like, their face was in their pillow. You know, just everyone's eyes were just burning. So now every time I cut onions, I'm like, oh gosh, hope I don't cry. You know what I mean? And that time I didn't. Okay, good. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. In order to speed up the process, Like I said, I've had to do some shortcuts. So I got my onions chopped up. I got my tomatoes. I got my bell peppers. And what we're going to do right now is I'm going to move these over here. Get my meat is almost done. My beef is still stewing. So pretty much what I've done, as you see right here, the meat is searing. Then I am braising it in the liquid. So that's the only steps that you have missed. So that is my version of TV magic for you. So because there's no way I would be able to make this in an hour, I had to start processing the meat, start cooking the process of it, start cooking the meat in advance so that you would be able to have this dish show you how to cook in 1 hour. Otherwise, this dish will take you more than an hour. Like I said earlier, everything that I can do within an hour in one pot, I've already done on FoodtokTV that I like to do. There's other things I could cook, but I just don't want to cook it. I only want to cook things I want to cook. You know what I mean? So the best way I can show you this to be done in an hour would be to cook in advance a little bit. But I'm peeling potatoes, so this dish does work better when you have potatoes that are peeled. Typically, I don't peel potatoes. I actually do like the skin. But if you are a big fan of skin on your potatoes, do it with skin on your potatoes. Do you guys prefer skin or no skin on the potatoes? What's your preference? I know Trini is already a no skin person. What's everyone's preference? I'm also having a pot of water right here. So once I peel my potatoes and I can dice them, I'm gonna put them into that water. Okay. But then I'm eventually gonna get these parboiled. Depends on the dish. Okay, cool. That's a good answer. Now for this, Katie, you've made this dish before. How do you do your potatoes? Do you do them skin or no skin? When you made this before, no skin typically. No skin typically, okay? Let me clean my hands. Okay, my hands always get a little dirty. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I'm gonna take this meat off. Then I am gonna start sauteing my onions. So look at this. That is flavor. That is all flavor in there. Don't get rid of that. Okay? That is all flavor. And what we're going to do is get these onions nice and caramelized with the remaining fat in there. And we're going to take off all that fond that's built on the bottom. People are sometimes scared of that bottom part. It's nothing bad. It's actually flavor. Okay? I don't like it when the skin peels. Oh yeah, that I don't like either. That bothers me. I agree with that. If you didn't know what this is for, if you're a potato peeler or your peeler in general, it's not just a potato peeler. If it has a little hook on there, it's called a blemish corrector. You'd be surprised how many people don't know that. They just thought maybe that was a fashion statement on their device. It's meant to fix any blemishes you have. You know, like if you ever see a potato that has a little mark on there, you're like, you know what? It's not the whole potato's not bad. It's just that little mark. You know what I mean? So that's all. So what I am going to do, I'm going to put that in the pot for right now. So who loves potatoes? I know Fran can't live her life without potatoes. Who else is like that? See, like this right here. That part, I don't like that. So I'm going to pop that out. That's what I do. My preference. You like to leave it on? That's fine. There's nothing wrong with that, but I don't like to leave it on. Like, see right there. I don't like that part. I think I do feel it tastes different. I love it. Oh, Katie, did you say that you made it when you did your Hungarian goulash? You made it with potatoes and with skin on or skin off? What did you say? I might have missed your comment. Hey Alexa, turn off. Oh, we were almost at 20K. We were almost. Let's see if we can get to 25K in the next 7 minutes. Hey Alexa. Hey Alexa. Hey Alexa. Never mind. I love potatoes, especially potato salad. Oh, skin. Okay, good. Hey, Alexa, set a 7-minute timer, please.
7 minutes, starting now.
Let's see if we get to 25K. So this one has too much on there. I'll just chop it off. I don't want to be trying to fight with that potato the whole time. Skin. Never meet a potato dish I didn't like. Okay. What is your favorite potato dish, everyone? What is your favorite way to have potatoes? What is your favorite way to have potatoes? Because potatoes are really cool. They come from they can come from any type of dish. You can do anything with them almost. I think, my opinion. You can even make a dumpling out of it. Fries, mashed, sautéed, mashed. I've said this knowledge before, and this is always a good thing to know. Where does potatoes come from? Where do they originate from? This one's always a tricky one because people get this one confused. What do you guys think? South America, pretty much. Yeah, Peru. People always associate like Ireland, South America, Peru is where they originated from. In Peru, there is dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens and dozens of different types of potatoes. Potatoes that we will never knew that existed, but unless you're in Peru, you will never get a chance to ever probably taste them. Or in South America, where they can export really easy. Rainbows of colors of potatoes. Yeah. So, and they taste different. Some are starchier, some are not. Just working on peeling my potatoes right now. Okay. Now, what I'm doing right now is after I have peeled them, I put them into this pot of water. But then what I'm going to do is start dicing them to the bite size that I like. Now, why do I have them in a pot of water? Can anyone tell me? Why do I have my potatoes in a pot of water? There's a purpose. What is the purpose? Rinsing out the starch? It's actually not for that reason. It's not for that reason. That would have to be for a long term. That would happen. I mean, yes, some starch will come off in a matter of 5 minutes, but it's not for that reason. That's not the purpose. So they don't turn brown, so they don't oxidize. That's correct. But you could, I mean, if you want to take out starch, yeah, like rinse them for a long time. And if you've ever made your own potato chips, and if they come out a little funky, and you're like, you know, what's wrong? It's probably because you didn't take out enough starch. So that's all you gotta do, okay? So yeah. And now I'm just getting these dice for bite size. Bite size. Based on what I like. Okay. Give me one moment. So what I'm seeing, what's happening, I'm actually gonna have to boil these potatoes a little bit. I'm gonna have to par cook them so that they can all get cooked within a time frame of being cooked properly for my cooking show. Typically, you would add them in later. The recipe will describe exactly how to add it and what time. But for TV magic, I'm going to have to speed up the process. So eventually, everything will go into one pot. But technically, I'm also using multiple pots. But eventually, we'll all go in one pot. So here's what we're going to do. Put the potatoes on. And now, what I am going to do is do something that might be different for other people to see. Is I need to get actually some paprika ready. Paprika is a secret ingredient that is used in cooking, especially for Hungarian goulash. This is what makes it Hungarian goulash, is the paprika. Okay? I'm taking off the heat on a purpose. Actually, no, I grabbed the wrong cup. It's taken off on purpose because what will happen with paprika, you could actually burn it and it will become extremely bitter, like extremely bitter, okay? So what I'm doing is, now some of you may say, wow, that's a lot of paprika. So here's the thing. When it comes to Hungarian goulash, Paprika is used different than what we use in America. In America, it's used as a garnish. Like if you ever made like potato salad, you probably put paprika on top to make it like give it a pop of color. It's used in some barbecue for like spices for like a color. Um, and, and for like Hungarian goulash, it's actually used as flavor. That's why so much was added. But the key is to cooking this not on a pan or a pot or on a flame. Like it can't be directly on a flame right now or a burner. The paprika will literally burn and get bitter. So that's why I took it off like this. You can do all these steps right and mess this part up. So look at that color now of that paprika. It caramelizes it gets kind of like really great color in your house with that smell. This smells really delicious right now. Paprika cooked is really good. So I'm really enjoying this. So it's all caked on too right now. So anyways, this is part of the process, okay? And then I'm gonna just continue to do this for a little bit. It's losing heat, so I'll put it back on for a moment. Because by now, I'm okay to not making sure it doesn't get burned. We're doing good right there, okay? Let me wash my hands real quick. Yes, Hokovia, yeah, I'm sorry to hear about that. So what I'm gonna do is cook these onions for about 5 minutes on a very, very low heat because I do not want that paprika to burn now, okay? So for 5 minutes. Now what I'm gonna also do is work on getting some carrots. Carrots, I've seen this used different ways. Some people put carrots in there, some people don't. I like mine with carrots. Does anyone else like their goulash with carrots? Katie, when you've had yours, did you have carrots in yours? Hey, Alexa, turn off. Hey, Alexa, turn off. Let me find my carrots. That was one thing I forgot to get ready. So I have a big bag of carrots. We go through a lot of carrots in our house. Cynthia, I'm making Hungarian goulash. Yep. Katie, where were you? You forgot to remember to get my carrots. Big carrot. I'll do 2. Who's it? Yes, carrots, onions. Yes, I know. Come on, Katie. Next time, right? You got it next time. Okay. Let me see if I can close this. Awesome. That's closed. Let me get my carrots cleaned. So here's the one thing. This is a very rustic dish. You can peel your carrots or you can just wash them. I prefer just the washing method. Washing your carrots, the outside, making sure it's clean. That's just my opinion. This is rustic. It's not meant for like. It's not meant to look like extremely fancy like in a fine dining restaurant. I am going to cut off the ends though. Okay. And if you know anything about me, this bowl right here will be for my future stocks and broths. Oh, it's going good. What's going on, Sean? How you doing, Sean? I'm doing well, Sean. What's new with you? Okay, that paprika is starting to smell really good. Rub the okay. Yo, Chiveto, how you doing? How you doing? Now I'm just dicing these, or not dicing them, I'm actually cutting them and on a bias. It actually makes a shape called an oblong shape. I like this shape for stewed dishes. This is a great shape for stew. I think it's a perfect size. You can't, see what I don't like when I have like a super stew. This is where it's important to take people's mouth sizes into dishes. Like when the carrot is bigger than the spoon, that bothers me. So like I like to always what you learn by being in the restaurant business is taking people's experiences as a whole. How will they experience the food? And simply as eating it is the way you can experience. You doing good, El Chiveto? Okay, good. Perfect. So here's what we're gonna do next. I'm gonna work on adding vegetables in. Tomatoes, peppers, That's what we're doing. When I get to the end, I eat it. You eat what? What do you eat? Just give me one moment. I have to keep my head down when I do this. Just to cut. Normally, you see me cutting when I don't like. You're not looking at my hands. This one requires me to look down. So this is a certain cut I need to do. So you're probably saying, "What's different?" It just requires me to look down. Okay, that's all. So here we go. Put those to the side. Okay, get this nice and sauteed. I'm gonna set this to the side because I already have my meat set to the side already. That's cooking. Then I'm gonna bring you guys down for a moment. You can see what's going on. If you can see in there, perfect. That right now is just doing its thing. It's now gonna be stewing together, and that's it. We're gonna let it stew for a little bit, and I'm gonna turn up the heat, and we'll go from there. But now, because I need to do some other stuff, I'm gonna show you a little other stuff I'm gonna do right now. Okay, so I'll move you back up here. I'm not trying to make you all dizzy, but there's a couple things I need to do. I need to use a cheesecloth. Now, this is my technique. Doesn't mean you have to do this. There is certain things that go in bay leaf, or not bay leaf, in a goulash, but you can put it into the soup directly, or you can choose to use a cheesecloth, and you could actually get the flavor into the soup without having to fish out or try to get everything out. So I like to use cheesecloths to get the flavor that I want into a liquid form. So what I would be using is caraway seeds and bay leaf. I need to sharpen my scissors. They're not that sharp as they used to be. So what I do, take my cheesecloth. I have caraway seeds and I have bay leaf. I don't personally like the fact that I would have to be chewing on caraway seeds. That's just my style. But if you like it that way, that's the beautiful thing about cooking. You can do it any way you like. So here's what I'm going to do. Tie it like that. Then I'm going to tie it again. My grandma made great goulash. She was born. Oh, cool, perfect. Goulash is a soup that's from Hungary. I put that in my broth. It is now it's made with beef typically. A lot of paprika for flavor. It's a lot different than what we think as an American goulash. There's no pasta. But so what I've done so far, the broth that I have set aside, I'm going to infuse my broth with that caraway seeds and bay leaf without having to fish out all that. Okay, I have time to put this away now, so give me a moment while I clean up my mess. Cleaning up my mess is always important if you know my lives. Okay, next step, I'll bring you guys down so that you can see what's going on. And I also have a light I can try adding to my phone, see if you guys get even better view. Hopefully that works. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do, people. Now it's time to add my meat. Okay, so here we go. Get that added. This meat that's been braising for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. And I had to braise it in advance because that would be the only way I can get this dish made within an appropriate time. So right now, look at that right now. I think that's looking pretty good, in my opinion. What do you, for anyone who's ever had goulash, how's that looking so far? Like I said, the only reason I know how to make this is because I worked with a Hungarian chef before. I'm gonna actually move it to this burner so that it's a little easier. Okay. So this burner is actually a bigger burner on my stove, so it works better for this pot. What time is dinner? Hopefully it'll be ready in 21 minutes. Hopefully. And we're saying word hopefully. So to speed up the process, what I'm doing, I am going to cook my potatoes right here. That's going to allow me to be able to add the dish. I'm adding my carrots now. And then what I'm going to do now is just mix up everything. So that fond, I am trying to get rid of that. I'm building up all that fond on the bottom and moving it so that it makes a sauce. And the smell right now is amazing with all that paprika. So here's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to add my little sachet. We're going to add my broth. And the fact that the broth's already hot, it helps the soup. And I'm going to bring this to a simmering boil. Then we'll add the potatoes in a little bit. And it's looking good. Actually, I'm going to put a lid on for a little bit to help speed up the heat. That piece of meat that I wanted to save, I'm going to put that away for later. I'll probably cook that live. I'll probably cook that on my live after I am live here. So we're going to come back up to here for a little bit. And it wouldn't be me if I don't have a garnish. And you know, I'm really big on garnishes. And this type of dish is not about being fancy, but even just using a little bit of parsley will help just literally brighten up your dish, okay? Just literally help brighten up your dish. So, especially with those dark colors that you see in the goulash. So yeah, even save your stems for your future stocks and broths. Okay, you guys are question creator? Yes. Lost you for a minute? You lost me for a minute? Okay. So if there's anyone's first time seeing me, my name is Benjamin. I go live every day on my own account. As you see, I have my own cooking show. I have over 20 years experience in the restaurant business. I also have my own training program where I teach people how to cook. I'll show you guys that program in a few moments. But if you happen to be one of my students, can you let me know that you're here? In my training program, I guarantee you can't find anything else out like what I offer. Someone who has over 20 years experience that is willing to help you and guide you every step of the way, show you restaurant techniques, has over 350 video recipes uploaded. I'm actually close to 400, but I keep saying over 350. I don't got the exact number. That goes live frequently in a private community. No TikTok trolls. No one mistreating you. So that's what I offer. Student present. Okay. I live in Arizona. Use your long digits. Use your long digits. I live in Arizona. And I call you use your long digits because what I see is a name that says user. And I see a lot of long digits. And so, thank you, Trini. Perfect. Here we go. Now I'm going to take this time to clean up my mess. Oh, I want to show you what it looks like. So I'm going to bring you guys back down again. Look at how the cool thing about this is how red it is. And I need you to understand, like, it's a really cool thing. I'm making Hungarian goulash. Look at the color, like that. Okay, for anyone who's had goulash, correct me if I'm right or wrong. That's correct, right? Come on, I'm not Hungarian. I just happen to learn how to cook from a Hungarian chef. I'm talking about, so what's funny about, or not funny about goulash, paprika. Does anyone know how paprika was introduced to Hungarians? Because so before, paprika was not always used. Paprika is kind of a, I want to say newer thing, as in like it officially started getting used around in the 1800s. But it was introduced in around the 15th, 16th century. Does anyone know who introduced paprika to the Hungarians? Hey, without asking Alexa. Does anyone know? Without asking Alexa. If you don't know, just say I don't know. And right now, I'm just washing my dishes because you know what? That's just stewing. There's nothing else for it to do besides stew. Turks, yep, that's correct. The Turks and the Ottomans, all that area, that when they pretty much took over. Just stooping, yeah, just stooping. Yeah, the Ottomans and all that, when they pretty much took over at that time, they brought peppers. So there is goulash before paprika. And now paprika is used in Hungarian cuisine very often, but like when you say use, it is like the star of the cuisine because there's so much of it in it. It's very pronounced. And someone might be saying, well, that sounds weird because if you ever tried cooking with paprika, you probably burnt it and didn't even know, and you made it bitter. Which is why, if you saw me when I added the paprika, I had to take it off the heat at that moment because that's the trick. You can literally burn and make your paprika very bitter by keeping it on heat too long. So yeah, so now you guys know. Potatoes are boiling, almost, but what I'm gonna do is get them nice and soft. I'm gonna put this lid on, speed up that process, okay? So right now, all I'm doing is doing little shortcuts. Eventually, it's all gonna go in one pot. So majority of everything is already in one pot. I had to use different pots and pans in order to cook this in 1 hour. The recipe that will be provided will be a recipe that shows you how to do it in one pot, but that it's going to take you 2 hours, 2.5 hours, maybe even 3. After you do all your prepping, getting all your mise en place in order. Oh yeah, it's not a 1 hour dish. If you didn't know, now you know. That's right. Grandma used paprika, and yeah. It's a great spice. I actually love paprika. It's one of my favorite spices. I don't think it gets used like the way it should be. It's a great spice. And my potatoes are starting to overboil. So if you can see that water happening, that's good. I'm just speeding up my cooking process right now. That's all I'm trying to do. Let me speed it up. Let's check out my goulash real quick. It's looking good. Look at that bright red color. I don't know if you can see it on your side. I am going to taste it right now because the meat is cooked already. If you recall, I've been cooking the meat for about 2 hours. Look at I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but the color of the broth, see how red it is? See how red it is? Wow, that's good. It's so crazy how paprika can be used into a dish, and when you allow it to become the star of the dish, it's really cool. And unfortunately, in America, we don't use paprika to its true potential. We use it as a garnish. So I hope you guys actually get a chance to make this. Yep. Now I'm just cleaning up right now. Literally, this is just stewing. That's all we're doing right now. So now I need to find a bowl I need to use. Maybe I'll use this one. Now, I will ask this for anyone who's had Hungarian goulash before. Actually, you know what? I'm going to have fun with this one. Okay, for anyone who's ever had Hungarian goulash before, do you add sour cream to yours? Some people add sour cream, some people don't. So Becky, what you've had is American goulash. What I am making is the original goulash, which means you wouldn't have American goulash if it wasn't for this one. First of all, 2 ways you can get it. It will be in my training program, which I'll show you guys in a little bit. Also, it'll be on FoodtokTV on their website. It'll be uploaded within 24 hours. Within 24 hours, it'll be uploaded. Okay, just getting rid of my potato skins because I don't need my potato skins. I know I save a lot of my scraps. Potato skins is not one of the things I'm going to save, just so everyone's aware. Okay. So potato skins is not one of the things I'm gonna save. It's not I don't need that starchiness to be added to anything I use. Okay, let me see how my potatoes are doing right now. Oh, they're getting soft. They're getting soft. So, they're getting soft. So what I'm gonna do now, they're perfect. So what I'm gonna do, they're breaking apart. I need to stop the cooking process, turn off the heats, grab a spider. Here, I'll bring you guys down so you can see what's going on, okay? Perfect. We're gonna add them now to my dish. Here we go. Oh, the smell's amazing. See, this is how I was able. So now, keep in mind, you could also learn what I'm doing. If you want to make a goulash quicker, you could do my method where I'm using multiple pans. I use a pan to cook the meat. I use the pan to cook the potatoes. That is restaurant techniques that you're quicking everything in a quicker form. Or you could just use the one pot and make it, and it'll take you total prep time and cook time will take you about 3 hours. Okay, let me get rid of this real quick. I don't need this potato water no more. Give me 1 second. Clean up my area because it's always a mess. Here's the one thing about cooking. If you see someone cooking and it's completely clean, I'm telling you, I don't trust them. Cooking makes a mess. And I'll try to give you a closer view in a few moments. Here. Look at that. Well, here, once all the steam, that is Hungarian goulash. For the ones who've had Hungarian goulash before, how's that looking so far? Once all the steam goes. Okay, I don't need my spider no more. The only reason I use the spider was to get the potatoes out. So perfect. Tell you, this is what I love this. I am going to taste it again because what's going to happen, potatoes they will absorb like some of the salt and they will actually make the dish less salty. So I need to adjust the seasonings probably. Like for my palate, a little more salt. Here, we'll go. You guys remember who remembers Emerald? Bam! Who remembers that? If you remember that, you're dating your age. Just so you know, you're at least over 30. Just so you know, if you remember that, you're saying how old you are. Just so everyone's aware. Okay. I love that show. What's okay? Squirrel. What's up, Forge? What's up? What's okay? Squirrel. So for the ones who like sour cream, we'll get some sour cream. Me too. Bam, bam. Yeah, I do secretly do that every now and then. That's tell them age. Yeah. Yep. I do. I've had this with sour cream, not sour cream. It's kind of like I think it's a matter of a personal preference. Not a right or wrong. But I actually okay, because Trini's here. Trini's here and I had to be bougie. I just realized that. I was gonna try not to be bougie. And if I'm not bougie, Trini won't let me. She won't let me live it. Like she'll make sure I'm aware. I have a better thought. Love Emerald. Yeah. Oh, he's good. He's actually a great chef. Emerald is a really good chef. So I have a thought of what I'm gonna do. So give me 1 moment. I would ask her cream. Yeah. It does get sour cream for some people. It's just a matter about preference. Just a matter about preference. How long have I been live? Okay, go for it. Good. I'm good. I'm on good time. Okay. Hold on 1 moment, please. 1 moment. Okay, working on something. I'm not showing you guys on purpose. Yes, we do need the bougie side. Yeah, like some people are like, how is it possible he can make this actually like bougie? It's possible. Teamwork. Yep, good. I'm not showing you guys on purpose. Maybe some of you know what I'm doing. Some of you might not. So I'm gonna show you how. You're like, hey, how can you make this bougie? I am using a sour cream product. Because some of you might know exactly what I'm doing. Some of you might not. I'm purposely not showing you. So if you're wondering, like, why is he not showing me? But there's something I'm gonna do with it. Maybe. Okay, let's check out our stew. Is it still stewing? Still stewing. Look at that. Look at that. Now let me taste it again. Wow, that's good. Woo! That would be Benjamin do. What would we Benjamin do? What do you mean? Okay, I still have a few minutes. I have 4 minutes. So what we're gonna do? Wow, I'm just literally waiting for this to finish stewing. It'll be ready in 3. I'm just gonna finish cleaning up, getting my life together, and now there's one disadvantage to this probably. Typically, I go live after I do my Food Talk TV show because I have a huge mess. The one advantage of not using that many cooking items, I don't have a big mess like I typically do. So I don't know if I'll be doing a cooking live because I really don't got that much to wash. So if you're looking for a recipe, I guess that doesn't require you to wash that much, this is that one. Downside, you're not gonna probably see me live after this, or maybe I'll go live and chit chat with you guys. I don't know. Just know that. But here, let me sign in to Food Talk TV so that you can at least follow me. Show of hands right now. Whose first time is it seeing me live? Is it your first time seeing me live? Let me know so I can come in here so you can follow me. If anyone's first time, or is everyone's the regulars here? Okay, Missy Moo, what's up? Squirrel Lover, hello. Oh yeah, well, okay. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll do that on my Food Talk TV. Okay, maybe I will go live. I will go live. Okay, thank you. I forgot about that. Thank you, Katie. See, Katie, that's where you come in handy. You give me those reminders. I appreciate it. Okay, so for the ones who first time see me live, I'm gonna say, "What up?" Okay, that's me. This is what up. So if you're not already following me, make sure you follow me. Okay. Now, can you did the what up come through? Trini, did the what up come through? Okay, good. Did the what up did it come through? Yeah, okay. Oh, you couldn't. It's right in front of me. I couldn't see it. Okay, so here's the thing. If you didn't hear me earlier, my name is Benjamin. I go live on my own account every day. Benjamin's Kitchen. I have my own cooking show, as you see right now. I have over 20 years experience in the restaurant business. I have my own training program where I teach people how to cook. I have one of a kind program. I challenge it. I put it side by side any other training program that is for home cooks to help you learn how to cook efficiently, either from beginning to middle to expert. At the end of the day, with my over 20 years experience, I have a lot to teach everyone. I have over 350 video recipes where I teach you how to cook. I go live with my students in a private community very often, very frequently. Like I literally go live about 2 times a week with them, sometimes even 3. So there's always something going on. Like I said, private community, no TikTok trolls. So if anyone wants to know how to join my program and take a free trial, get 3 free cookbooks, get a free cooking class, comment the word book, and I will show you how to do that. And while that's happening, I'm gonna start plating up. Okay. Okay. Let me grab a ladle. Okay. KNBF, Missy Moo. Give me a few moments. I'm gonna show you. Okay. Just give me a few moments. Notice this. I'm also using a pot to serve in. Come on, now this is clever, right? Give me that. That was pretty clever, right? Come on, yes? That's pretty clever, right? Am I right? Pretty clever, right? Okay. So my thoughts. Okay. Hold on one moment. See if this works. Sorry for that sound. The ones who don't like that sound. Now, not too much parsley. You don't want. You need to still. Some people like add too much. A little bit goes a long way. So perfect. Now, there you go. Dish. Okay, or you can go like that. Okay. So what I'm going to do right now, before I end my live, I'm going to show you how to take my training program. Okay, for the ones who said the word book. Okay. For the ones who said book, here's what you're going to do. First of all, you're going to follow me if you're not already following me. Give me 1 second. You're going to follow me. I'm going to say food. Your first step is to follow me. If you're not already doing that, that's what you need to do, okay? Okay. What you do, here's the training program. Over 350 video recipes of me teaching you how to cook. Like an example, look, let me show this. An example, when I click on this one, look at how many items are in just this category. Just that one category. Just that one category, okay? You also get access to my calendar with all of my live events that I do. I know there's a glare of the lights, so excuse the glare. You get access to my whole training program. You get 3 free cookbooks that you can download. During your trial, you can actually choose to cancel, and you can download the cookbooks for free. And it's a gift from me to you. So the way you join my training program is really simple. And remember, I said follow me. That was the key. That was key. When you go to my main page where it shows my post, look at this, my face. You go right there, like Chris said, and all you're going to do is click right there. Building kitchen confidence with me. There I am. Takes you 3 to 4 minutes to sign up, and you're done. And that is it. I'll be ending this live right now. If anyone has any last minute questions about the training program, follow me, message me privately, and I will get back to you. Hungarian goulash, old school, the original goulash. Okay? Peace out. Have a good day. I can turn this off now. Thank you. I appreciate it.